media.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, recently Scott Brown was here in town. I was able to get a question in with him. I don't know if he too directly answered it though, my question relates to immigration. I know it's a very hot issue right now. And my concern is that there are people who have lived their entire lives here in the United States. They've only known this country to be theirs. But because they're undocumented, because their parents brought them here when they were very small, 2 or 3 years old, even those people are at risk for being deported. And I'd say that this is their home. So do you believe that people who have grown up here their whole lives should be at risk for deportation if they're not involved in criminal activity or doing anything otherwise wrongful?
I'd start with an immigration policy. First, we need to close the border physically and electronically. Number one, close the border. We're the single industrial country in the world that has an open border. It's unacceptable. And as long as we continue that process, we are a magnet. We're advertising for people whose governments are not operating correctly, who are rife with corruption. We're advertising to those people. We're enabling them. Don't fix your internal affairs. Come to America. Number two, my concern is that we have a rough unemployment situation. For 1 out of 8 Americans either don't have a job or underemployed or have given up looking for a job, and the jobs we do have in the United States should go to American citizens. And we start there, and once we get that under control, there may be, the American public may tolerate a discussion about what to do with the other problems associated with immigration. The blend between people who are high skill and low skill, etc. There are a variety of other issues that will be dealt with. But first, to gain the trust of the American people, close the border and reserve the jobs we now have for Americans, go from there.
All right, so, but like more specifically, do you think people that have lived here their whole lives and are now adults, became adults here, turned 18, do you think they should be at risk for deportation?
I'm saying that we ought to enforce the laws we have right now. The jobs should go to Americans. The fallout from that will result after confidence is gained among the American people that we actually have closed the borders and the jobs are going to Americans. Then I think there will be the space for political discussion about what to do with the people who are here illegally.
And one other question about you said securing the border is very important. Are you at all concerned that by putting up walls to keep others out, that they may in some point be used to keep people in? Because it'll work both ways, Americans, or I'd say United States citizens not being able to leave.
I'm not concerned about that.
Well, I know when the Berlin Wall was built, it was built in the name of keeping the capitalists out. When the Chinese Wall was built, in the name of keeping the Mongols out.
I'm not concerned about that. As long as we maintain a constitutionally limited government with the powers that are accreting to an excessive level at the federal level now, as long as we stanch that process, there is not the risk of our government keeping us in. Yeah. All right.
Well, thanks for answering my question.